are live. Vinny,
Welcome back,
on?
everybody, to Strictly Casual, your unoriginal podcast from unprofessional college students. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2020. How are you doing, James?
Vinny, I watched episode 2 of Game of Thrones last night.
Okay, 2 episodes in. It's a slow start, but how are you feeling?
No. I love it.
Okay.
I love the slow start.
Mm-hmm.
I love the gritty, the meaty family politics,
Right.
where you can tell that that the Lannisters are really they hate Bran. They want him dead so bad.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! But then his direwolf comes in at the very last second, right when that dude's about to stab his mom.
They hold the little direwolves by the neck fur. It's the best. It's the best.
Mm-hmm. It's the best.
Nobody spoil it for James. I know James is a little late to this train, but so was I. And people were gracious enough not to spoil it for me.
Please don't spoil it for me. I'm really invested in these characters.
Good. I'm glad you are.
I
You'll
can't
only
wait
get more
to see
invested.
Daenerys' rise to power.
Yeah. Yep. I can't wait for you to experience all the ups and downs of Game of Thrones.
Oh no! That's definitely not a definite.
All of
you don't know.
the ups and downs, baby. All of them.
Wow.
What have you been playing this week?
It's been this rotation of Animal Crossing and COD.
I'm in the exact same boat as you are.
Mm-hmm.
My gaming has been a little less than diversified these last couple weeks.
Well, hold the phone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but also...
No, please, yeah.
Every now and again, if there's no one on, and I don't feel like grinding the Battle Pass, I'll put on a little Red Dead 2.
Wow, there you go.
I made my first commitment to my character, and so
Okay.
I bought 2 revolvers. I bought 2 Schofield revolvers. And
Is it Schofield or Schofield? You might be right.
I say show because it's SCHO, so I
Okay.
thought it was show, but it could be Schofield. I don't know.
I think
how
I
it's
always said
pronounced.
Schofield, but I never knew if I was right or wrong. So.
Interesting. I never even thought of Schofield, so it might be that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 of them, and I made them blue steel, and then I gave them white pearl grips.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, these boys look cold. And whenever I walk around, I just see Arthur Morgan's the little white handle sticking out of it. And I'm like,
dude, what a game. I say it so much, but it's so good.
I don't treat it, the problem is I don't treat it like a game.
Right.
And so there's this one, I get into this town. I forgot what the town is called. It's called it's Rhodes.
Okay.
I get into Rhodes, and I go to the gun store.
Yeah.
And there's this dude, underneath the gun store, living in there.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's like, you gotta help me. I'm chained up and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, I want to help him.
Right.
So I go up top, and I try and look for maybe when you hold L2, I was looking for maybe an option to question him about it, but it wasn't there, and I couldn't just it wouldn't let me just walk through one of the doors to try and get down there.
Okay.
So I was like, am I gonna have to hold this guy at gunpoint? And it's the middle of the day.
Right.
I'm thinking this is not the time to do it. Sorry, bud, but I just can't. And Dutch told me not to create any trouble in the town. So I don't want to go against Dutch.
Dutch doesn't want any attention to the gang.
No, and so I'm
he just wants the dinero.
I don't want any part of this. Okay. Maybe that's a good thing that I'm that invested.
No, that is a
good thing. I don't want to do anything.
You're loyal to the gang.
I try and be loyal to the gang.
You are. It's great. So Red Dead. It's just beautiful. I cannot wait. There's some specific parts towards the middle and end of the game that are just top gamer moments. You're gonna think about them for a while, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell this little story. This is pretty funny.
Tell me a story.
So, I had to do a speech in my speech class, right? And so I gave the speech. I have to post it because we're all on quarantine, all this online stuff. And I mentioned violence in video games and stuff like that, handling those kind of topics. And we have to comment on each other's speeches. And so in the comments, one of my classmates says, Vincent, thank you for this. This was an epic gamer moment. To everybody, bro. He replies. Wait, who was it? I don't know him. I don't know him at all. What a guy, though. I liked it. I liked the reply on Canvas, and it made my day. That was a little beside the point, but
wow, that was great.
Yeah, so Animal Crossing, I've slowed down this week too much. Where like I'm seeing my friends finally like really progressing, get going on their islands, like beautiful destination spots. My island is still looking like garbage. Like I have a lot of upgrades, but it's not beautiful yet, you know?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you move other people's houses?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
You have the town hall now, or whatever it's called.
I just got it today. I haven't like logged on and looked at it.
Yeah, you're able to now change your flag, the theme song of the island, your house, other people's houses, bridges, inclines, all that kind of stuff.
Amazing. So this is, I really just went through the first gate that like opens up,
right?
Kind of almost everything.
Yeah, like basically right now I'm striving to my island right now. We're trying to get KK Slider to do a live performance on our island.
Wow.
But our island is not beautiful enough. That's what Tom Nook says, so he won't invite KK. So I was like, all right, I see you, Tom Nook. I owe you freaking $50 million, but you won't even bring KK to the island. It's all right. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I love it. I still love it, but I've been playing it a lot less this week only because like I haven't had as much time to play it. But
next week is dead week for us. So
my god,
we have so much to do.
I got final papers out the wahoo going on even this week.
I have 4 assignments due on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's deadly. This weekend's major grind time for me.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty, bro, I've played every single night this week with people.
Wow.
Like a full squad of people.
Is it just me, or is this season the most toxic season?
I think it's just because it's the beginning of the season. Like, everybody's really sweating and grinding. And it's only like week 2 of that season. I think as it goes on, there will be, like, you'll get that fall off of people that hit that high level and don't really care anymore. Or people that just get bored of it. So, we'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah. Me too. Me too, because it's deadly, but it's making me better.
It's bad.
I'm getting better. We did a little 1v1 tournaments last night with some people on shipment. It was great. It was a good time. Shout out the COD squad. It was a fun time.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Hey, big news week.
Big news week. Huge news week.
Yeah. What do you think?
Man, a lot of different stuff.
Types.
Today's a widespread.
Yeah, which is good. We're covering everywhere from like games to people,
politics.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Vin, why don't you start us off?
All right. So this first news story was not necessarily shocking to me because of some. All right, all right. Jason Schreier is leaving Kotaku. Right. Jason tweeted this. It is very big. Especially for Kotaku. No. It's a big deal in general for games journalism because when you think of a games journalist, you pretty much always go to Jason Schreier. That's like the first name that pops in my head at least, and a lot of people.
He's the guy, to quote Spy Kids 3.
Just the guy? He's the guy.
The guy. He's the guy.
We've used his articles a couple times on the pod. In general, just read them all the time. So this is big. So he writes his own goodbye thing, his goodbye article on Kotaku that was released 2 days ago? Yesterday? 2 days ago.
I think 2 days ago.
He starts the article off by saying, after 8 years and some change, I am leaving Kotaku. Friday will be my last day working for this website. I will miss you all. Friday's today. I'm staying in journalism where I will continue to report on the weird, wild industry and culture of video games. I plan to take a few weeks off to put the final touches on my second book and hang out with my 7-month-old. And then I'll be doing brand new things at a brand new outlet. James, did you read his first book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels?
No, I was actually just going to look it up right now.
I read only 2 chapters. I read the chapter on Bungie, and I read the chapter on Naughty Dog. But this came out 5 years-ish ago. So, like, it was, like, during the development of Destiny 1 and the development of Uncharted 4. And it was definitely interesting. I want to pick up the whole book to read all the chapters. Because I just read them in a bookstore one time. I saw it on a shelf, and I was like, oh, I want to check this out. And
Cool.
it was good stuff. I'm excited for his next book. I don't know what it's about, though. So, that could be cool.
That'd be really cool.
So, Jason goes on to say, I don't think it would be productive to spend too much time on reasons that I'm leaving, which will probably be obvious, other than to say this. When I think about what happened to Deadspin, bile builds in my throat. After October 29th, 2019, it became clear to me that I could not work at this company for much longer. From my understanding, Deadspin acquired Kotaku and cleaned house, like got rid of all the upper management and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
And so, like, Jason was still there through that, but I guess it was pretty shitty, that whole turnover. And there was a lot of, like, ill will towards Deadspin throughout all the Kotaku people. So, this is... I mean, it was only a matter of time before he left it if he didn't like the leadership. You're not going to stay at a place where you hate your bosses and stuff like that.
Right.
He says, it was a hell of a ride, wasn't it? Previous iterations of this company have offered its staff an unprecedented level of editorial freedom over the years, and I will be forever grateful for that. For the opportunity to learn, make mistakes, and write a whole lot of ridiculous articles. I'm certainly proud of the scoops and features I've published here, but when I look back at 8 years at Kotaku, some of my fondest memories will be the silly things that only an outlet like Kotaku would encourage. So Jason made a big point of delving into, like, worker, like, crunch times and stuff like that in studios and making people aware of that. For instance, when we talk about GTA crunch, or Rockstar crunch, Naughty Dog crunch, Jason's the one that's, like, actively reporting on all these articles. So it's interesting. I don't hear that a lot from other people or other outlets. It's always from Kotaku, and it's usually always led by Jason.
And cool. It's great news whenever we do hear it.
Yeah, because he's spending months researching this. This is not, like, a week of, like, calling people. Like, those articles he spends a lot of time on.
Yeah.
Just nuts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then the final thing he says is, here's something remarkable. Over 8+ years at Kotaku, I've never once been told not to write something because an advertiser might pull out, or because it would piss off a whole video game company, or because it might upset the wrong people. The story always came first. Serving readers always came first.
That's so great.
That is
You'd
cool.
love to hear it.
Man
you
for the
really
people.
Do.
Man for the people. No censorship here.
No
You love
censorship here.
And he was pretty honest about that too. Like, also in the article, I cut this out, but he slips in some stuff that's, like, kind of, like, aimed towards a little 1-2 punch at Deadspin and stuff like that.
Right.
But to be honest, I don't feel like I'm completely informed in that, so I would hate to read that and then not be able to back that up. So I don't know. I didn't. So yeah, Jason Schreier. He'll do more stuff. He's not gone. He just won't be writing for Kotaku anymore. So it'll be interesting. Interesting change.
Speaking of books,
yeah,
I ordered Dune this week.
Dune? Did those screenshots get you hyped as heck?
They got me so hyped.
Good. It's an old book, dude.
It's really old, but I hear it's really good. My buddy Luke read it.
Yeah.
And he said it's phenomenal.
I want to read Dune, but at the same time, I'm like, if Denis Villeneuve's doing it, then I don't even want to, like, know anything about it, and I'll just, like, learn it. I'll just see what happens, you know? Maybe I'll read the book after it.
Through the film.
Yeah. Which I know is crappy, because, like, oh, you gotta read the book before the movie. Like, I get it, but I also don't want that to ruin the movie. Because, like,
True.
Denis Villeneuve's, like, one of my favorite directors.
Oh, he might be my favorite director.
I mean, I haven't seen a single one of his movies that I don't like. He what?
Yeah. He directed my favorite movie.
That's true. Have you seen Prisoners?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't know that was Danny Villeneuve. Or, not Danny.
Denis.
Dylan. Denny?
Denis. Yeah.
Denis.
Yeah, Prisoners. Sicario. Good
Still
stuff.
haven't seen Sicario.
Good movie. Great movie.
Anyway, this
All
is a
right.
games podcast.
Yeah, this is a games podcast. We'll go back to China. Here we go. Let's get political. Go for it, James.
All right, China bans sales of Animal Crossing. This article comes from NintendoLife.com. Imported sales of Animal Crossing New Horizons have been banned in China, it has been reported. While no official word has been issued on why the ban has taken place, some have suspected that it's related to the fact that the game can be used to share materials online, such as political slogans, that are generally frowned upon by the Chinese government. So, because you can publicly display, like, you've seen memes where it'll have, like, the flyover and someone just has, like, a block of text, like, on their island, saying, like, I eat ass or something like that.
Yeah, just whatever it is.
Stuff like that I guess China really doesn't want people to be able to talk.
Well, it goes beyond that. There's political unrest, in China right now with certain leaders and stuff. Of course. And so with that, people are putting signs of, like, the person, because you can paint your own canvases or whatever it is, like the pixel art, I don't know. People are making this person and then writing slogans underneath it that are against these certain political powers and stuff. And then they can invite other people to go look at this or post pictures of this online. And so I've seen multiple of these pictures, and that's why China has decided our people cannot play Animal Crossing, because it's too much freedom. It's letting you do too much stuff.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's so dumb.
Well, I mean, like, I see why they did it.
Yeah, for the Chinese government, but...
Yeah.
It's dumb.
So it's because the game's pattern editing mode, like we talked about, permits players to create their own images and slogans. They may be viewed by other players all over the world. Bloomberg is reporting that the game is one of many that is being used to highlight the political struggle in Hong Kong. This has been something that's been going on for a while. You've seen streamers, what was that one guy who, like, won a tournament? I forgot whether it was for
Blizzard
Strike or was it for Overwatch or, like...
Yeah, it was an Overwatch tournament.
Yeah, and he, like, got up to, like, receive the trophy.
Yep.
And he, like, showed political allegiance to Hong Kong.
Yeah,
he
said something.
Revoke his trophy or something?
They revoked his trophy, his winning prize. Yeah. He's banned from events, all this stuff.
Yeah,
and that was Blizzard that did all that, not not Hong Kong or China or whatever,
China wasn't involved in that. That was all Blizzard.
Yeah, and then remember when Blizzard, they apologized for that? Like, half-assed the apology and then said, oh, here's the Diablo 4 trailer. They're like, oh, take this instead. It was so bad. It was such a bad look for them, for real. Like, it was a really, really bad look. What can you do?
What can Blizzard do, man? Jeez.
That's all I got. That's all I got on the on trying to ban sale of Animal Crossing. It's just censorship, That's all it is.
It's just what it is, I hate to see it.
But Animal Crossing's killing over here in the U.S., so I'm sure they're not.
Yeah, it is.
They're not hurting too bad by this.
Oh, so I saw this YouTube thumbnail. I didn't watch the video, but there's that, like, channel, like, Girlfriend Reviews or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, but
I love them.
Instead of doing, like, should your boyfriend play, it's should your girlfriend play. Because
Animal Crossing?
Like, yeah.
Oh, I want to check that out. I love it. I love that so much. Okay.
But it looked pretty good.
They stream on Twitch also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's how they get all their, like, they record all on Twitch, and then they cut out pieces for those videos, and then she does narration over it. Yeah, and they're pretty funny on the stream, too.
Cool. I'll give them a watch.
Yeah.
It's been hard for me to get into Twitch. It's really hard for me to get into it.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I don't, like, sit here and just watch Twitch and do nothing else.
I mean, I guess it's more of, like, a background thing. Like, do homework or an assignment.
Yep.
Like, I guess.
Pretty much. But... Yeah, I don't really watch it that much. If I have, like, a friend streaming, I'll jump on to, like, support them, and I'll keep it on in the background. Like Ryder, for instance. Shout out Ryder on the channel. He's doing a bunch of streaming stuff. His setup is dope. His stuff's looking good. But yeah, definitely, it's just fun. It's a cool thing. But I don't watch, like, hours of Twitch or anything.
I try
It
to
ain't
like
me.
leave Twitch open because they're giving out all like the Valorant loot boxes
Yeah.
right now.
Uh-huh.
Not loot boxes, but like codes.
Codes, yeah.
And so I'm trying to like just leave one open. And my buddy got one. He left his like
Really?
computer on for like 2 days on one stream, and
Just a random?
he got a code. Yeah. It
Wow.
looks very hard, like as hard as CS:GO.
Dude, I want to play it so bad. Of course, I have nothing to play it on, but I want to play it.
Dude, I'm telling you, you need to get a PC.
We'll see. That's a conversation.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. And I don't feel like I need it.
You could spend like the same amount on like a PS4 and get something that's better than your PS4.
You're right. You're definitely right.
But that's a conversation for another day.
For another time. But right now, we're talking about new GTA in development. Rockstar reportedly making changes to fix crunch culture. So this is like basically an update that was written on Kotaku, and then IGN reported on that article. But I cited the IGN article because it gives some insight to GTA 6 and stuff like that too. So yeah, this comes from IGN. Rockstar Games is working on a new Grand Theft Auto and will be the next entry in the series, but it is reportedly a long ways from release and may take on different scope due to the alleged changes at the Red Dead and GTA studio. An anonymous source close to Rockstar Games has confirmed to IGN that Rockstar is working on a new entry called Grand Theft Auto, as first reported by Kotaku. I butchered that. Okay. The next GTA is in early development. The report further goes on to explain that due to the changing nature of conditions at Rockstar, the company is considering ways of altering production to avoid similar crunch issues. This is interesting because Rockstar had been known to crunch real hard for GTA 5 and real hard for Red Dead 2. Like, its employees were like, this ain't it, this ain't good. And so, according to the new report, Rockstar has attempted to root out the causes of widespread crunch reported at the studio, including changes in leadership throughout many of its offices, outside management training, and plans to improve technology pipelines and scheduling for production on the next game. While they're still concerned at the studio, according to the report, many anonymous devs speaking to Kotaku were cautiously optimistic about the future.
I read a tweet by Ryan McCaffrey that said that they were planning, let me see if I can find it, but from what I can remember, he discussed they're probably going to go to, or if it's not already like explicitly said, that they're going to go on a 10-year cycle for GTA.
10-year cycle.
This is Ryan McCaffrey from yesterday.
Okay.
Quoting the IGN tweet that said Rockstar Games is working on a new Grand Theft Auto, but it reportedly won't be finished for quite some time. That's probably the article that you're citing here.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, I've been saying this on Unlocked, which is their podcast, for a while now. We're going to go 10 years between GTA games. 2023, mark it down. Rockstar collectively only works on one game at a time now, in efforts to reduce crunch, I assume.
Okay.
They just came off of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now they've moved back to GTA. They'll likely go to Red Dead Redemption 3 after GTA 6, end quote.
I also read that they were planning on a smaller release of the game to minimize crunch and then have giant content updates like each month instead.
So you're saying just like a small base game?
Yeah, a smaller base game.
What do you think that would entail?
I don't know. I don't really like the sound of that. Like, honestly,
I don't either.
Just reduce the crunch by taking longer to make the game. That's fine with me. Take all the time you need to make these good games. You don't have to like bust them out every 2 years.
So that's how we all felt about Cyberpunk when we heard that was delayed. Because we were like, oh, just give it time.
Also, can I get a quick F for Cyberpunk? If it wasn't delayed, we'd be playing it today. We'd be grinding after this podcast.
F.
Major F. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, in my opinion, I really think keep a big launch with the game, you know? Put it everything you want to.
I like the big launch.
Everything it needs to be a great game, launch it. And then add content onto that at the pace that you think is necessary. But don't launch something for $60 that's like this small when GTA 5 was like this big.
Mm-hmm.
Especially it's going to release on new hardware and stuff. They have so much more like opportunities. They skipped this entire generation to release the GTA game.
Yeah.
Rockstar's at like one game a generation almost right now. Not really, because PS3 had a lot more, but because GTA 5 launched on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and then was remastered or whatever for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Definitely don't like the crunch, but there's ways around it.
No.
It's a time thing.
Yeah, and I think it's just now that like these big companies are starting to work around it. I haven't heard anything from Naughty Dog about reducing crunch, but I know they're like one of the big companies that like you hear a lot of press about the Naughty Dog crunch.
Yeah, and we've talked about that on the podcast before.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know. But yeah, they haven't said anything, but it sounds like Rockstar is working on it, which is good. I like to hear that. It's great to hear.
It's good to hear. ESRB announces new rating labels for loot boxes.
Yep.
So, this was a big thing a while ago. The whole loot box scandals.
Mm-hmm. At Battlefront 2.
Yeah, no, Battlefront 2 is... I'm surprised that game still has a player base.
Yeah.
Because of all the politics that happened with...
Dude, they neutered it.
Battlefront 2.
They neutered it at the beginning there. Mm-hmm. And then somehow it's fighting for survival and it's staying alive.
Yeah, it's staying alive all right. People are playing it.
Dude, EA said they have one more giant content drop they're going to do for it.
Clone Wars Part 2, baby. That's what I want.
We'll see what happens.
Part 2, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need. All I care about in Star Wars is Clone Wars. It's true. Okay, so back to the article. This comes from IGN. The ESRB has announced a new rating label for gamers with loot... Oof, let me just restart that point. The ESRB has announced a new ratings label for games with loot boxes and other randomized in-game features. The label will still feature in-game purchases, but now the label will say in-game purchases, which, parentheses, includes random items, parentheses, end quote. In the ESRB official announcement, they said, quote, this new interactive element, in-game purchases, includes random items, will be assigned to any game that contains in-game offers to purchase digital goods or premiums with real-world currency or with virtual coins or other forms of in-game currency that can be purchased with real-world currency for which the player doesn't know prior to purchase the specific digital goods or premiums they will be receiving, e.g., loot boxes, item packs, mystery rewards, end quote.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Okay.
The loot box shit blew up. Blew up. People were losing their freaking minds.
Because they're saying it's gambling, right?
What? Yeah.
That was the whole reason.
I don't have a problem with loot boxes. I have a problem with loot boxes as the only mechanic in the game. And if that mechanic preys on 12-year-olds at Fortnite. But, and I know Fortnite doesn't have loot boxes, but it's the in-game purchases aspect.
What do you mean by, the only mechanic?
Like, if it's the only way to earn stuff. For instance, Overwatch, when you level up or whatever, it's been a while since I played it, but you get a box, and you open that box, and you get random skins. There's no way to, progress towards a skin. Right? They're just randomized. There's no... I hate that. I think that's the wrong way to do it. I think loot boxes could be in a game, but if that's the only way to get cosmetic items, then I'm not about it, I guess.
Okay, so for Overwatch, you can buy skins up to blue. So you can buy, green and blue, and maybe even purple, but not yellow.
Right.
I think you can buy purple too. Okay. You just can't buy the legendary skins, the really, really cool ones. You can't buy those. Those are the only ones available in loot boxes.
Okay.
So, is that different for you that that's not as much of a problem because you can buy blue through purple or green through purple, whatever?
I don't know. I don't find a lot of joy in loot boxes, I guess. That's just what it comes down to. It's cool, I guess. It's exciting sometimes when you pop something good, you know? But for the most part, I don't know. I don't feel like games need to have it. I feel like there's so many better ways to incentivize players to play rather than a single click and you might have the best thing in the game, or a million clicks and you can't get that best thing.
I agree, but I think it's a different case in Overwatch because it's purely cosmetic.
Yeah, Overwatch is probably a bad example that I gave, but
that's okay.
Some games do it well, some games don't. That's just what it comes down to. But I guess I like this in-game purchases, including random items on the ESRB labels, not for like people like us, I guess, people as old as us who know video games, who are aware of these. This is good for parents with kids, or just like things like that, pretty much. Parents with kids who are unaware of that kind of stuff.
So little Jimmy, a game if little Jimmy was going to come up to you and be like, Mom, Dad, I need like $10 for Fortnite.
Yep.
And so you can anticipate that and be like, this is going to happen when you bought the game that said in-game loot boxes.
Exactly. So little Jimmy's not getting the 10 spot from old Pop. Not a chance.
Not for that skin, baby. Got to work for that skin.
That's right.
So this new signage will be attached to any game that includes loot boxes. What is a gacha game?
Gotcha. Just kidding. I have no idea.
But it's GACHA.
I have no idea what a gacha game is. Give me 1 second. Keep reading that. Keep reading the rest
Delete
of it. I'm gonna figure out.
Delete it out the news. Item or card packs, prize wheels, treasure chests, and more, according to the ESRB. If a game has in-game purchases but no random items to be purchased, the game will receive only the, quote, in-game purchases rating. End quote.
Okay, so I got the update on the gacha games.
Really?
A gacha game is a video game that adapts and virtualize capsule toy vending machines. In gacha games, players spend virtual currency, which can be from a machine. However, real money is usually spent to obtain the virtual currency. So you play slot machines. It's just slot machines for in-game items that you can never use.
I'm going through images and it's all like these anime games.
Yeah, they're all anime.
Like, they're just ads that you see on when you're like on Snapchat or something.
Oh my gosh.
They're ad games.
Do you remember this game? Dragon Quest or something? You move all the bubbles around and your character attacks someone else and you just... It was like the anime dragon fighting game. Oh my god, it was so good. I played it in like middle school. I'm gonna take a picture of this. No, I'll do it later. I'll find it later. Okay. I gotta re-download. Holy cow.
Wait, didn't Marvel have a gacha game that was like pretty big?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I would not be surprised at all.
I mean, you gotta capitalize on the license, right?
Marvel gacha game. Yes, they did.
Did you find it?
It's called Hero Collector, in which all you do is collect heroes through
Marvel Future Fight.
Oh, Future Fight's a good app. Oh no, not Future Fight. Contest of Champions. That's the one I played the hell out of on mobile. That was a great one. That was like early high school.
There's a whole gacha gaming subreddit with 51,000 people.
I'll have to do some research after this. Holy cow. Okay. Wow. This next...
I'm stunned.
By the gachas?
By the gachas.
Of course you are. Okay. Sony announces the Play at Home initiative. This comes straight from the PlayStation blog. They say people all over the world are doing the right thing by staying at home to help contain the spread of COVID-19. We are deeply grateful to everyone practicing physical distancing and take our responsibility as a home entertainment platform seriously. So we are asking our community to continue supporting the safe choice and the need to play at home. As a thank you to all who are doing their part as a lesson to impact this pandemic, to lessen the impact of this pandemic, Sony Interactive Entertainment is pleased to announce the Play at Home initiative. Play at Home has two components. First, providing free games to help keep the PlayStation community entertained at home, And finally, establishing a fund to help smaller, independent game studios who may be experiencing financial difficulties to continue building great experiences for all gamers. To support play at home, PlayStation will try to make these occasionally dull moments more exciting by offering Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection and Journey available for free for a limited time through digital downloads from April 15th at 8 p.m. through May 5th, 2020 at 8 p.m. Once you redeem these games, they are yours to keep. Very cool.
In Germany and China, you get Knack 2 instead of Uncharted.
Oh, yeah. Were you a
If
big
only we
Knack
were living
guy?
in Germany or China right now.
Did you play Knack 1?
No. I wish I did.
I bought Knack 1.
Why?
Yeah, I deserve that laugh. I deserve it. Knack 1. No, I got it for free. That's right. I had a friend that worked at Sony, and she would bring, like, she was my mom's friend or whatever. She worked in the business side of it, but she got free games sometimes with, like, they had the barcodes punched out so you couldn't, like, sell them anywhere or anything. And so you bring them back, and it's just inside with the game. That's it. And so Knack was one of those, and I played it. And not gonna lie, it was alright. People could really shit on it all they want, but it was a fun puzzle game. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright.
Now, will I ever buy Knack 1 again, or buy Knack 2 in the future? Absolutely not. I will not spend a dime. But I had a good time.
If Sony were to release Knack 2...
Yeah.
For
no,
free.
You mean Knack 3 or Knack 2? Yeah.
No, for free. Knack 2 for free. So, like,
Yeah.
through PlayStation Plus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Would you play it?
No, absolutely. Hell yeah. It's a great
Wow.
time waster.
I don't think I could do it, man.
The physics are actually pretty fun in that game. Like, whatever their physic engine is, it's like all the pieces that go and build together the giant Knack person and fall apart, and, like, you're moving all that stuff around. It's pretty fun. That part's good.
Okay.
So, also, at the end of this blog post, it makes it seem like there's potential to have more free games in the future as part of this Play at Home initiative. But I started, like, thinking about that, and, like, we're on, like, the last end of this. You know what I mean? Like, this stay at home thing should be over, like, soon. Not right now. Should be. What are they saying? Like, I know LA's said mid-May. That's when they're done now. But, I mean, that number changes every week, it seems like, every 2 weeks.
Right.
We're still the end of April, they said, or in the Bay Area. But I doubt, I'm assuming it'll go more. It'll go mid-May.
I heard that there was a college in Boston that, like, moved online to 2021.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. I don't know. It's like...
Some people say, like, till the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm. It's a long time. It's a long time. But hey, we gotta do our due diligence. You know?
Yes, we do.
We gotta get this gone.
Alright, anyway.
And that's it. That's it for a play at home. Go download Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection. All three of those are incredible games.
Uncharted 3 is the best one.
Uncharted 2 is the best one.
Quote me. Nope. Uncharted 3 is the
Quote
best
me.
one. No.
Uncharted 1
3 is the best Uncharted.
by far the worst of all the Uncharted.
It's the worst.
It's also
It's
the
Braxton's
hardest.
favorite.
It's the hardest Uncharted. So if you're looking for a challenge and you play on normal, good luck. It's tough.
Alright, real quick, Finn. Give me your tier list.
Of
All the Uncharted.
Uncharted?
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted 4 is number 1 for me. Then 2,
Okay.
3, 1. Now, I hate putting 3 low because it's an incredible game. Like, all of these games are so good. This is an incredible series. Even the first game is so good. So, like, 2 and 3, I like 2 better, but 3's still really good. Like, these are all A tier, and this is B tier, in my opinion.
I got Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, 2, 1.
Yeah. I'll never get over the end of 3. It just makes me cry every time. So good. So good.
So good.
As a matter of fact, I might mess around and start replaying these games.
Are you?
I really love them. I love them so much. I've played 1 through 3 probably 3 times all the way through. Uncharted 4 I've played twice all the way through.
I need to redo. I think I want to give 2
Yeah.
a second replay. Because I'll stand by it. Because I played like Uncharted 2 and 3,
Mm-hmm.
probably within 2-3 weeks.
Oh my god, you grinded
Like
those.
Yeah, I grinded 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And I remember like ending 2 and picking up 3 like almost a day later.
Yeah.
And it was so like I just felt refreshed.
Yep.
Because it aged so much better. And the mechanics are so much more modern.
That's true. Yeah, I just feel like there's so many sequences in Uncharted 2 that like are more memorable. But then again, you think of Uncharted 3 and you think of the plane falling out with all the cargo. That was so sick. The end, like City of Gold in Uncharted 3 is so awesome.
That was cool. You're on horses in Uncharted 3.
Oh, you're right. You do. You really do. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you got like desert in Uncharted 3 and snow environments in Uncharted 2.
Mm-hmm.
Forest in Uncharted 1. Dude, Uncharted 4 though, it just can't be beat in my opinion.
I didn't like it that much.
I freaking loved it. I loved the bad guy. I loved the environments. It felt so good to play. Oh man.
I don't know.
Rafe, all-time favorite bad guy. Literally Jake Gyllenhaal. You know?
He's great. He
Loved
was
it.
great. Man,
Okay.
that end fight. Anyway.
Go play Uncharted.
Go play
please.
Uncharted. If you haven't, you need to.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to hear this
Crytek...
BS like, oh, I only like multiplayer games. Go try a story game, bro. Okay. Alright. Sorry.
Who's
Keep
telling
going.
you they only like multiplayer games?
I know too many. I don't want to call them out.
Alright. Fair enough. Crytek posted a technical director job listing to drive the development of an unannounced AAA title. This is minor news. Probably should have been in random fun stuff.
Okay.
But it's just odd because this is in random fun stuff too. But they just released. Crytek just put out a trailer for Crysis Remastered.
Remastered, baby.
And so that's pretty big, but they're also working on something new, which is exciting to see. Crytek hasn't put out a game since
Crysis 3.
Is that true?
I don't know. That's my guess.
I'm not getting the answers I want. Oh, Hunt Showdown.
Oh, that's recent.
Yes, that's 20. I don't know.
That didn't do
pretty
great.
recent. Did okay. Like Steam reviews are around like the 85, 87 mark.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it's fun.
It didn't review well though, right? Yeah.
Hunter Last Showdown? What is it called? Hunter Showdown?
The Hunt Showdown?
Yep, that's it. Let me look. It's got a 9 out of 10 on Steam, 74% PC Gamer.
Oh, okay, alright. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna look up a Metacritic real fast. 76 for Xbox One. For PS4, it has an 81 Metascore.
Okay, not bad. I'm wrong.
That's okay. Anyway.
Also, breaking news: San Diego Comic-Con has officially been canceled, but I'm not surprised.
We all knew it was coming. That's not surprising.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What else about the technical director job? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! It had to happen, boys. Oh no. Okay. All right. Quick technical difficulties. All right. We're gonna cut back to when this is fixed. All right. 1 second.
Oh, the camera overheated.
Yeah, the camera overheated. Okay, I'll have to work on that for the next time. But it looks like we're back for. Wait, how hot are we?
You need to.
It's really not feeling hot.
You need to have a little bit of that in. You can't just cut that whole thing out.
No, I'll just make internal temp too high, and then we're cracking up, and then I'll cut it. Okay. And we're back. We're sorry for those technical difficulties. I'll try to get those figured out next time. It's what it is. I don't know what to do. We'll make it work. There's like by the way, there's a quick chance this might happen again because I didn't give any time for my camera to cool down. But what? We're near the end. We'll be okay. We'll be fine.
This whole podcast today is just everywhere.
We're making it work.
On so many tangents.
Hey, that's great. Okay. People love the tangents, bro. Okay. All right. Keep cooking.
All right. Like your camera. Report, Sony making fewer PS5s, struggling with price. This comes from Owen Good at Polygon. So, we've already reported on this a little bit before with saying that they will plan to produce limited quantities of the PS5. Now it is said Sony will make only 5 to 6 million PS5s in the first 2 quarters of release. That comes from Bloomberg. This is mainly due to the company grappling with price and availability of the PS5's components. So the price window they're looking at right now is between $499, which is to be expected, to $549, which is slightly more expensive than previously anticipated. Mm-hmm. However, it's not it's not super out there. It's only $50 more. Yeah. If it was $599, that would have been a different story.
It's a game changer.
Will only delay release if Microsoft does the same, which there are no known plans of Microsoft changing the release date for their console, which isn't even set in stone. It's just holiday 2020.
Yeah. So, which we can assume both are going to be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got to decide on a price before May.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, their reveal's in June.
Right.
Traditionally. So I'd assume you need a price before you even plan the reveal.
Yeah, you got to.
So, Sony, get your shit together.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have that many thoughts about this. Because we got...
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah, I was just going to use it to go straight into my next article.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Which isn't...
I know. Wait, I actually do. I have a little bit of thoughts about this. Okay. I don't think this is the best game plan for them to only make 5 to 6 million PS5s at launch. People are going to have a rough time getting their hands on them. They're going to be sold out.
Same deal with PS4 back in 2013, 2014.
Yeah, but I feel like they had to have made more than 5 to 6 million. No?
I don't think so. I think it was also limited quantities.
Okay. Then maybe it's no big deal. How many PS4s are sold now? Like 90 million?
Have been sold. Let me see. 102.8 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So you're talking we're only going to make 1% of those?
Well, okay, but that's for a console that's been out for 8 years? 6 years?
Are they anticipating only 1% of the people that have a PS4 are going to upgrade to a PS5? Right at the beginning?
Maybe. I want to see how many PS4s...
They probably have to hope for like 10%. Like they should make like...
sold in the first... So, okay. In the first year, only 13 million PS4s were sold. So, divide that number by 4... Was it for the first... Is this for the first 2 quarters or first 1 quarter?
2 quarters.
2 quarters. Divide that number in half. That's only about 6.5 million, which is like barely over what they're putting out at launch right now. Or putting up the first 2 quarters right now.
Maybe it'll be fine.
I think it'll be fine because I think Sony knows.
Pre-orders and stuff.
Sony knows what they're doing. They're smart.
Yeah. All right, jump into this one.
Yeah. So, PS5 backwards compatibility, which has been up in the air for a while. We knew it had some extent of backwards compatibility, but we didn't know what that would entail, whether that would just be a straight port, whether that includes higher FPS and resolution.
Resolution, yeah.
But here it says PS5 backwards compatibility will support almost 4,000 PS4 games at launch with high resolution and FPS. This comes from twistedvoxel.com. And so this comes from a edition of PlayStation UK magazine that also highlights Ghost of Tsushima, which we'll talk about a little later. But they confirm, Sony does, quote, almost 4,000 PS4 games will run on PS5 at launch, and they'll feature high resolutions and frame rates, end quote. Yep. However, you might be saying, 4,000 seems like a lot of games on PS4, and I just don't know if they have that many.
Okay.
Well, that's true. There's only 2,545 games on PS4 right now. But this likely includes different licenses for the same game. So limited edition, deluxe edition, ultimate edition. So if you take Assassin's Creed Odyssey, for example, there's probably like 3 or 4 different licenses for the same game. You have the base, sense. You have digital deluxe, you have ultimate, and you have gold. And so that's 4 licenses for one game.
Just for that game.
So
that's fair.
If you take that into account, there's probably 4,000 at the least.
Yeah.
And this is big. Like, this is just good to know in terms of, because we heard about the Xbox Smart Delivery Service.
Yeah.
Something that has only been talked about in that one tweet from.
So, we're getting everything. Everything's going to be compatible.
I'm not going to say everything. It says almost. So.
Yeah. Damn near all the games we want to
games.
play is going to be compatible.
But we don't know that like that entails the game. Like I don't want to make any assumptions and then have some like I don't want to be like, oh, like pretty much everything, and then like one of the games that gets cut is like Red Dead 2. And then we're like, all right, that's a big one.
Cuz I cannot wait to replay Red Dead 2 on my PS5. Oh my god. No!
I knew it.
Okay, boys, we're going audio only for the rest of this.
Should I match you audio only?
No, you're fine. You can say vid. We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Do you have like a graphic or something you can put up for yourself?
In post, I can put up a graphic of like a still photo of myself or something.
Okay. I hope it's the best like meme photo ever.
I know the problem, but we can talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
It'll be fixed for next time. All right.
All right. I think you should just like put an ice pack on your camera.
Or a fan. It has its own fan. That would be incredible.
Or just like put it in water.
I love it.
I'll fix it.
Yep.
Anyway, this is just good news to hear. A little comforting for people who want to buy Last of Us 2 on current gen. I mean, if it comes out on current gen.
I hope not. We'll see.
I also hope not. But also, I don't want to restrict the people who do not plan on buying the console at launch.
Right.
I don't want to force them. I mean, like, it's my decision to make.
Right.
But I don't want to force them into buying a new console to play Last of Us 2.
Mm-hmm.
But might be a marketing strategy for Sony. I don't know.
Totally could be. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I bet, like, closer we get to release, after PS5 gets announced, after all this stuff, like, I mean, obviously it's announced, but, like, after we get, like, what it looks like and all that, near launch, probably a month out, I bet we'll get a long list. Sony gives us every single game that will be playable, and people are going to be, like, really hype about it, but, like, we'll know. We'll know sooner or later what games we're going to be able to. Yeah.
Sony's normally very transparent with like inclusions and what games are in and out and like stuff like that.
Right.
All right, so this is the last, I guess, story, which honestly should have been in random fun stuff, but wasn't because I'm biased toward this game. We got a surprise announcement on I think Thursday, maybe it could have been Wednesday, for XCOM Chimera Squad.
Right.
Out of the blue, complete out of nowhere. I saw this
one
on Reddit. And so XCOM Chimera Squad. Chimera, like the mythical beast.
Yeah.
And so this is if you know me, you know I love XCOM.
Right.
Big XCOM guy. Always have been, always will be. This is a spin-off of the XCOM franchise, which puts you in control of a pre-selected squad of entirely like aliens and hybrids. So there's like a sectoid, one of the viper like snake people, a muton, and I think one of the other like hybrid soldiers that they like produced and was one of the main enemies in XCOM 2. Two interesting things about this game. First of all, it has a breach mechanic where you can like before you go into a building where you will engage like the enemy, there's like it'll give you options of like which entrances to go to. It's like, oh, you could go through this top window and you'll have better visibility, better aim, but you like your view will be obstructed from like these other areas or like below you from a certain angle or whatever. Or you could go through like the garage door, which will give you the biggest sight lines and maybe the most cover, but it'll expose you the most or something like that. Or you could go in through like the side window and you'll create like, a bunch of noise. Or it's all the strategies. Great level of strategies, and every like member of your team is unique and has like super cool abilities that you can do. It looks like they're a little more lenient this time on the aim system, so it looks like if you get within like in between 3 tiles of someone with an unobstructed cover, that it'll give you pretty much 100% aim. Yeah. But the main thing, the big difference for this game is there is no permadeath system. So normally in XCOM
it's a little more forgiving.
Yes and no. Okay. Because there is a predisposed squad of, it gives you like 5 members. If one of your members dies, the mission ends and you have to restart.
Okay. So that character's not dead forever, but the mission ends when someone dies.
Exactly. Which XCOM is notorious for having characters where if you go into a fight and one of your soldiers dies, they're dead. Right. Like that soldier that you spend all this time investing into and like spending abilities on, like they could straight up just die. Yeah. You know, and then like you can go back and restart the save if you want to try and save them. That's me. Like I have too much attachment to my characters to really go like Iron Man. If you play on Iron Man, which is the big balls difficulty, then they won't let you reload saves. So you like whoever dies. Right. Really. And so this is a system that might be, I wouldn't say it's more forgiving, but for me it's like it doesn't draw me in as much because I don't have that level of like personal investment with my characters.
Different type of forgiving.
It's a different type of forgiving, for sure.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So XCOM fans rejoice if you're into it.
It's no XCOM 3.
Right.
And it's not, I don't think Fraxis is treating it like that.
Are you is XCOM 3, do we have any information about if it's happening? Or is Chimera Squad kind of like the only thing we've gotten from a next XCOM game?
There is no, like, I'm pretty sure they don't really talk about their future games until, like, so XCOM Enemy Within came out in 2013. That was the DLC to XCOM 1. Yeah. And, like, the overhaul DLC, like, XCOM War of the Chosen was the add-on to XCOM 2. XCOM Enemy Unknown. Trying to find the release date. Came out in 2012. So between XCOM 1 and XCOM 2 was 4 years. Yeah. So I'm thinking we'll probably get another one in 2 years.
All right. Sweet.
XCOM, and they start advertising, like, I think a year-ish before. Like normally like at the E3 before release or something.
So maybe,
like
but maybe this is holding us out another couple years for XCOM 3 maybe? So
no, because they do spin-off projects all the time.
Okay.
Like they did.
So then maybe we should expect stuff in the next year or so?
Mm-hmm.
Within the
like
next
they
year?
did the Bureau XCOM Declassified and XCOM, which was bad. The Bureau was really bad.
Okay.
It was a good vision in my opinion, but it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. You just kind of have to trust Firaxis with it because
Yeah.
I mean they're great games.
They're going to do what they
really
do.
Great games. Yeah. Let them do what they do.
All right. You know what it's time
let's
for.
Start us off.
It is time for random fun stuff. All right. Number 1 on RFS, we have. Do you like that, RFS? I don't know if I like that or not. Okay.
I don't know.
Call of Duty Warzone now has over 50 million players. Cool.
Big.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we're going every other. I forgot that we did.
Oh, yeah.
Cyberpunk will still release on time. They say their
Epic.
game is in finalized stages, and they have no plans to delay. That they've effectively are in full swing with working from home, and it should be released just fine.
Nice. All right, James, you take this one. I don't want to steal your thunder on this one. I'll let you have it.
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer to be released on PS4 and Switch in May.
Wow. I wrote a little note to you after this one.
It says, I'll read it for you.
Okay, in quotes. I'm holding up my quotes. I know you can't see it, but I'm holding them up. Parentheses, yeah.
Holy shit, really? I'm stoked!
Yep, that's what I read. That's what I wrote. I didn't know that until I looked at the docket, and then I went on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, it's real. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah, so that's cool. That's a good Switch game. That's a great Switch game.
It is a great Switch game.
Yeah.
Perhaps the best thing to come out of Star Wars Episode
1. Maybe. Ewan McGregor Darth Maul fight, though?
Oh, I'm talking about, extra content.
Extra content? Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're right, then. Yeah. I had a t-shirt. A speed race, or a pod racing game t-shirt.
Wow.
It is epic. Back in the day. A thrift store find or something. I'd say. Okay. Outer Worlds team hires Outer Wilds writer. Sure.
Good job getting the order right. I wouldn't have.
Outer Worlds, the game, hires the person that wrote Outer Wilds. Cool. For new game, I guess, or whatever the next project is. I don't really have a lot of thoughts on this one either.
I thought Outer Worlds already had great writing. I thought the dialogue,
I think
people
so too.
praised that game for the great writing. But also, Outer Wilds, I heard, was phenomenal.
Why did they have to name them so similar?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's cool. Alright, this one's interesting. I like this.
I like this one a lot. Ghosts of Tsushima, which we mentioned earlier, won't have waypoints. Nothing on a little compass telling you where to go. Instead, it will rely on geographical locations to navigate. Mm-hmm. So they'll be over yonder, past the mountains, and you'll look over there to the mountains, and you'll be all right, those are the mountains that I got to go over. And that's all you'll have.
I'm smiling right now. I know you can't see it, but I'm really, really excited for this, this idea. I'm
excited for this whole game.
Me too. I was reading this, I was reading the UK magazine portion of it. Someone posted screenshots of it, and it said this game will be grisly. Gory and grisly. Yeah, that's the word they used. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty sweet. I'm excited to play it.
It's really looking to set itself apart in a way that I never expected.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I was worried it's just going to be like Sekiro 2.
It looks so different than Sekiro, though.
Now it does.
Yeah, now it does. We'll see. Okay. Cyberpunk 2077 limited edition Xbox One controller leaked. The pictures are online, and I don't like it. I do not like.
Oh.
I wrote right here, I said, it's just I to me. But now that I look at it more, I think it's just ugly. I think it's just an ugly controller. Are you looking at it right now, James?
I'm looking it up right now.
It's ugly. I don't know.
I'm looking at a PC Gamer article right now, and it says, today was Cyberpunk 27's original planned release date, but we got this ugly controller instead.
Oh, other people think it's ugly too?
It says, this is the subtitle, a hack of the Xbox website appears to be teasing something for next week. Oh, like as an actual, like, oh, okay, so it's not calling the controller a hack, it's saying that, like, it looks like someone is hacking the
to
like
get it.
No. Like just the Xbox website. Like it.
Yeah.
On Twitter, they posted like a little, like coding slide where it says like all this code. And it says failed. Failed. Failed.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, the controller's ugly.
It's like silver on one side and a different color on the other side, and it's like.
Oh, we didn't mention this, but if you go on to Cyberpunk 2077's Twitter, they have descriptions of all like the different factions.
That's so cool.
In the game, and each has like a little like background, and they have the logo like of the organization.
Right.
And it's cool.
That's dope. I love it.
It's really cool. What do we got next?
So this is you.
Stardew Valley. Yeah, is that the next one?
Yeah.
It's getting a physical Switch release. So I get it's already out for digital. Yeah. But it's getting
It's been out for years.
Yeah.
I don't know
understand.
why. I don't know why they would spend money on doing this physical release. When their digital release has been so successful.
Also, that was totally your point to read, and I took it.
No, I read the Xbox, or I read the controller one, so you're good.
Did you?
Yeah, because remember we doubled up on Star Wars Episode 1.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake rumored. If I'm not mistaken, I played Sands of Time on the Wii.
Yeah.
Does that sound is that sound outlandish? Prince of Persia.
Was that the one that came out right after the movie?
That's also what the movie's called.
Yep, no. Okay,
it was on the Wii.
This is not the one on the Wii. So there's the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time movie game, and then there's the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time original game. Yeah. And I bet our viewers that played the original one are screaming at us right now because we just associated that with the movie.
No, see, I didn't play Sands of Time. I played Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. That is what I messed up. It's not even. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one I played.
This one has a 6 out of 10 on Steam.
Oh, I'm sure it was awful. I'm sure Forgotten Sands was really bad, but back in the day, I thought it was great.
There's so many Prince of Persia games.
Yeah.
This one always looked cool. The Warrior Within.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass.
Xbox. That looks
What's
so
this guy's
cool.
name? Dastan. That's his name.
Wow.
Prince of Persia is Dastan.
Okay, so Prince of Persia, little backstory for Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia was always the game that I went into GameStop as a little kid, and I'm always like, I'm just shooting the shit with the employees, little 10-year-old me. I'm like,
absolutely.
Hey, what game should I be looking at next? And like, have you played Prince of Persia? And
you play Prince of Persia?
And I was like, nah, and I don't really want to. I don't know why, but I just never wanted to play it as a kid.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, Prince of Persia's great, it's great, but it just never looks like it interested me. I regret that decision every day.
You're really not missing out. You're really not missing out. Did you see the movie?
No, Finn, I'm talking about the original one, like the Sands of Time.
Right. But that was like too early. Like for me, that was like before I was buying games. That came out a long time ago.
No. This was like when I was playing, like when I hit my first wave of playing games.
Dude, the Sands of Time got revealed in 2003 and released in 2004.
No, but like it wasn't new. I would always go to the used games section because I'm balling on a budget as a kid. I'm not trying to pay however much games were back then. Like I was in the $20 section.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Prince of Persia Sands of Time was always cheap.
I bet the Sands of Time would make a good MMO.
Why?
I'm looking at pictures right now, and it looks exactly like an MMO I would play on my Mac.
It doesn't look anything like an MMO.
Exactly like one.
What? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, this is epic.
To vault over an enemy.
Okay, all right, we're tangenting again.
No. This is good. This is completely on topic.
Okay, Prince of Persia.
Because we're talking about Prince of Persia.
Would
I
you
hope
play
they
a
release
remake?
a remake so that I can go back
Finally
and
do
revisit what I missed.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
That's it.
Okay. You take this next one too, because I don't really know it. Oh wait, it is your turn anyway.
That's okay. Void Bastards, a game that I played on my PC a little while back. It's a great game, super fun, roguelite shooter about like basically going into like deserted spaceships and looting them. Is coming to PS4 and Switch May 7th.
Okay.
It's probably, I think all roguelite games are better for like Switches and not like mainstream consoles.
I agree.
Switch is a mainstream console, but I like the idea of roguelite shooters and roguelite games like Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, and I don't know.
Moonlighter is a roguelite that I'm really loving on the Switch. I just haven't played enough of it.
Okay.
But I love the art style. It's like a shopkeeping sim and a roguelite in the same one. Like, you go into dungeons and collect stuff and sell them at your shop the next day, and then at night you go dungeon hunting again. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's cool. What a concept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, I'm excited for this. I don't know how much it's going to be, but I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah. I'd be interested in checking it out, but it's one of those things where, like, $20 for a roguelite, it depends on how good it is to buy it for me.
This is like a great roguelite, though.
Okay.
Because every time you die, every time you die, you keep your starting, like, whatever you had on your person. I could be wrong.
Okay.
You keep
a little more forgiving.
Stuff, but you change people. So you have, like, basically, it's called Void Bastards because it's like a list of inmates.
Yeah.
And it just goes through this list. And so every inmate is, like, someone with different buffs and debuffs. So, like, the one you play as could just be, like, really fast, or he could be shortened so he can fit through, like, some openings that normal, like, other people cannot. Or he could be really quiet. But others are, like, smokers, so they cough every now and again, and it'll alert enemies to you.
Okay.
So it's cool.
That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I know I've heard of it before, but I can't think of, like, what it is.
If you like roguelites, definitely check it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, and Just Cause 4 is free in the Epic Game Store until the 23rd. Cool. If you're part of the people that play on the Epic Game Store, go get it. Go get them done.
I've liked the Just Cause games. I played 2 and 3.
Yeah, I played 3.
2 is fun.
Yeah, they're a fun time. 4 didn't do very well, but it has natural disasters, which is interesting to me. That could be a fun sandbox element in Just Cause.
It just didn't feel like that was enough for me to pick up the 4th one. Like, I wanted a new like mechanic.
Yeah.
And
it just looked like the same with better graphics.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It was cool.
I don't know, man.
Alright, we about to outro this. I have no camera. But I'm about to do the pew pew pews. You already know.
Give him the pew pew pews, man.
Give him the
Wait,
pew,
let me
pew,
know when
pews.
you're putting up the salute because I don't have any visual indication.
Okay, I'll let you know when I put up the salute. Okay. This is so sad. I can't believe my camera overheated. I gotta just F. Do you know why? It's because I was in 4K and not 1080. You hate to see it. Okay. Anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Strictly Casual. We seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been great. I've been having such a great time with this.
It's been fun.
Yeah. We're grinding. We're out there grinding. If you have friends that like games, if you like what we do, just give it a share. We would love all the support you possibly can.
Join the Discord.
Oh, that's right, baby. I'll link the Discord in our description.
Mm-hmm.
In our Discord, I know I've said this before, but any news that you want to hear on the next week's episode, we will have. Like, you can put it in the Discord. We'll talk about it the next day on the podcast. Just trying to build a little podcast community.
Or, like, questions you have for us.
Yeah.
Or to answer during the podcast. Could be about whatever.
Yeah, or if you just want to hang out, straight up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just come hang out.
Mm-hmm.
We love it. All right, I'm holding up a salute right now, James. As a matter of fact, I'm holding up both hands. And 3, 2, 1.